Well, despite last night's loss, still a very good road trip for the Nationals. 5-2, game 2 from Arizona. Tanner Roark's got some support in the house here at Chase Field tonight. The season series, 2-2 between these very good playoff contending ball clubs, Bob and FP. And let's talk about briefly last night. Down big early, then that stage a pretty dramatic comeback. So sometimes you learn about your ball club on a night when you don't win a game.
Well, you learn about your ball club when you're 20 games over and 10 games up in first place, but it was nice to see them battle. That's why they're in first place. They came back, tied it up. The ninth inning got weird. The Diamondbacks are a good team too, 16 games over. So in their ballpark in front of a big crowd, it was a good game last night.
13 is the number for Daniel Murphy. I don't know how many three-hit games the average major leaguer has in his career. This guy has 13 this year.
That's ridiculous when you think about it. And uncharacteristically 0 for 11 with 5 strikeouts the 3 games before that. What in the world was wrong with Daniel Murphy? Nothing. He just wasn't getting any hits. That doesn't happen very often with his swing, but you love to watch this guy play. Okay, here's your stat of the night. Since the start of the 2016 season, Daniel Murphy is hitting .345, 303 for .879. That's first among 138 full-time hitters. .303 for .879. Unbelievable.
Yeah, so look at that unlucky number 13. Pretty good for Murphy and company right now. As you peruse the other numbers of success, Bryce is on fire, 2 spots ahead of him. If Ryan Zimmerman gets things going pretty quickly, that middle is going to be deadly again.
Well, we broke down Murphy's swing and Ryan Zimmerman's swing before. Ryan, when he's hot, he's hot. He's got a lot of moving parts, and when those parts are in sync, he's going to hit a lot, and they're hoping it comes pretty soon here.
Tanner Roark is a second-half guy when it comes to success after the All-Star break. So he's coming off a win Sunday at Cincinnati. It was a battle for him. He got through 6 innings. No earned runs, by the way. And after the All-Star break, he's outstanding. Well over 500 with a good ERA. More on Tanner straight ahead. One of the best teams at home in baseball. 19 over at 34-15. Yeah, they were born in 1998, 20th year of this ballpark. And the Nats with the D-backs about to play game 2. of this weekend series. First inning homers. Something did give last night, didn't it? The D-backs hit 3 to get up to 22. The Nats have a major league best 23. So these teams also dangerous in the late innings. So don't be tied or slightly ahead of either of these guys. And the Nats have 613 Ks from their starting pitchers. The D-backs not far behind, although they have a rookie making his major league debut. More on Anthony Banda in a moment. First of all, it's Tanner Roark. Something about the West, FP, 11 out of 15 with a very good ERA, and the other numbers pretty much add up to that.
Yeah, Nats need a good one on Tanner Roark. Something to chew on a little bit. Hitters have chased 33 of 63 breaking balls out of the zone for Tanner Roark. That's a 52.4% chase percentage. That's the best in the big leagues over the last month. So he's got his off speed together. We'll keep an eye on the front hip sinker as we always do. But Dusty Baker and the Nats hoping they get a good one out of him as he go against a guy making his major league debut. There he is, Anthony Banda. Doesn't rhyme with panda. It's Banda, left-hander. He's got a big fastball, goes about 96 miles an hour. He is a big prospect, maybe the top prospect in the Diamondback system. 23 years of age from Corpus Christi, Texas. A 10th rounder 5 years ago. Banda with his big league debut tonight at the minor league level. AAA went 7-5 this year. But there was nobody raking in that league like Bryce Harper is. And Harper's on a 14-game hitting streak, a personal best. 463, 6 long balls, 15 batted in, 20 runs. The Nats are 10-4 during Bryce's 14-game hot streak. So there's a big key. Hair flying, bat making noise, running the bases. Bryce Harper. And brought to you by PNC Bank, for the achiever in you, and by Ocean City, Maryland. Put your vacation days to good use in Ocean City. Book now at OCOcean.com. And Ocean City's a long, long way from the Grand Canyon. Not too far north of here. It's an amazing thing. You have to see it. Here in this incredible ballpark where we play indoors while it's 100+ outside, Ryan Zimmerman, Nats hoping to get him warmed up. Ryan as well, 309 career. Great on-base numbers against the D-backs career. Extra base hits, the RBIs. Chris Heisey replaces Ryan Rayburn. Ryan was scratched before the game. He lost his grandfather today. Our sympathies, our best thoughts to Ryan and his family. He'll be away from the ball club for a couple of days. And then Wilmer Defoe, who was batting second, down to number 8 when Heisey was put into the lineup. Here he is, Anthony Banda. Minor league career record, 39-32 in 6 years with a 3.72 ERA. Yeah, last start on the 17th against Salt Lake City in the Pacific Coast League. Get this, he went 5 innings, gave up 15 hits and 7 runs. So threw 93 pitches in that one, and your major league debut is against the best offense in the National League. So control the nerves for Banda, the key in this one.
Yeah, go get him.
Here's a defense behind him. Herman Pollock Peralta, the outfield. Marte Lamb, left side. Owens Descalso, right side. And Chris Iannetta doing the catching. Paul Goldschmidt with the night off. And Daniel Descalso playing first.
So Goodwin digging in. Lance Barrett, 8-year veteran. Milwaukee, the crew chief, he's over at first. On tonight's crew, Jim Reynolds at second. Brian Knight at third. Goodwin steps in 231. 0 for 5, but an RBI ground ball last night. And we're underway right on time at 8:10 Eastern from Chase Field, downtown Phoenix.
How come he didn't throw that ball out?
First major league pitch.
Yeah, he's using the ball. You throw a strike on your first pitch, don't they usually roll it out to the baseball authenticator dude? Anyways.
And this one up and away, and that's the way the foul ball goes. 103 degrees outside in Phoenix right now, 80 inside Chase Field.
There's his first pitch down in the left field stands. Some fan has it. Maybe it's in the pool? No.
I hope not. Don't need any more first inning homers by their guys. Hopefully the Nats get a couple. So Goodwin leaning out for that pitch. He'll foul it out of play. That was crazy last night. Turn the page, move on. They got Max Scherzer off the hook last night with a spirited comeback. So Max holding at 11-5 in 20 starts. And Goodwin just leveling off and fouling pitches away.
I'm told that Banda has a good fastball, 95, 96. Curve to go with it. Pretty good changeup.
And he strikes out his first big league hitter.
Might have been a changeup. Let's take a look at it again. Yeah, he's got the changeup grip. Left on left, not afraid to throw it. So about 8 miles an hour slower for strikeout of Brian Goodwin, and that's how his career starts.
And evidently that ball they did keep. Chris Heisey. And there's the curve that has enough snap on it to come back for a strike. Chris had a pinch hitting appearance in the 6th inning last night, flew out to right field. 94 on the heater.
I talked to Diamondbacks pitching coach Mike Butcher before the game today. I said, what do you got on this lefty? He said, I don't know anything about him, sarcastically. And then he said he almost made the team out of spring training. He was a tough guy to send down. He's got all the stuff that a major league pitcher should have.
He jams Heisey there. 2 hopper down to Jake Lamb. 2 down.
And more importantly, he said he's not flustered. He has the body language, the mound presence, all the stuff you look for in a young pitcher, and he's already smiling. So 2 hitters, 2 outs. Did he throw that one out? Is he going to throw every out he gets tonight out? Just rolled that one to the bat boy.
Well, maybe Bryce will lose one for him. Harper, 14-game streak, and when you have 25 hits in a 14-game streak, that is really a lot. 15 RBIs over that time. So a lefty-lefty matchup here.
See the little nod out to Anthony Banda from Bryce Harper.
Yeah. Harper, the veteran, welcoming the kids now to the big leagues.
How about that?
What was it, about at least 2, maybe 3 years before Bryce faced any pitchers that were younger than him?
Well, he's going to play long enough. He's going to face everybody that's younger than him.
He's going to face guys that are in grade school right now.
Probably.
1-0 pitch. That's outside. 2-0. Bryce, 3rd in the batting race, right behind Murphy. 337. And a strike call makes it 2-1.
That ball's down. That's not a strike. I don't even need to see pitch cast. Ball almost hit the dirt.
Yeah, he doesn't need that kind of help. Banda 6'2", 190.
That's down. You could read Bryce Harper's lips. Same pitch, maybe a little further outside. 97 though. This guy's got a big arm. 97. Yeah, almost the same pitch. Close.
And Harper takes it off to the left side. Mentioned that he was drafted back in 12. Bonda was. That was by Milwaukee. And then at the trading deadline 3 years ago, he came over here with outfielder Mitch Haniger when Gerardo Parra went from Arizona to Milwaukee. So he's a strikeout guy. Long time in the minor leagues and nearly a strikeout per inning. Jeep tells you hasn't pitched much lately. He got hammered his last time out. And Bryce able to foul that one off to keep the inning going.
I mean, if I gave up 15 hits and 7 runs in 5 innings and someone called me in the office and said you're going to big leagues, I would think it was a prank. But he's one of their top prospects, and you can see it plays. Got a good arm.
Yeah, ERA this year 5.08 in 18 AAA starts with the Reno Aces. 3-2 to Harper. Front door breaking ball. See you later. Way up there. Harper did lose one. And on his 25th, it's 1-0 Washington.
Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. I was screaming into the talkback to the truck while that was in the air. I don't know if I've ever seen a farther home run, folks. That ball was absolutely destroyed. My goodness. Wow. You're going to see this for a long, long time. That has to be the farthest home run of the season. I don't know what Statcast is going to say. My goodness.
How about that as a way to get to your 15th consecutive game with a hit?
Welcome to the big leagues. There goes a no-hitter. There goes the shutout. And there goes a far one. And I mean a far one. My goodness.
Looked like Chris Ionetta went to get another mitt. I don't know how it got hurt on that pitch. The ball never got there. Yeah. So we've had a bit of a pause here. Here's Ryan Zimmerman.
I mean, that was left-handed Aaron Judge. It'd be unbelievable.
Zimmerman takes a fastball for a strike. Bryce 24 last year when he was hurt a bunch. Career high 42 2 years ago. And Zimmerman asking whether it was a swing or a called strike.
Man, the Nats dugout's still buzzing. Those guys are still talking about it. They're pointing at where it landed.
So Bryce now at his second highest home run total with 25.
I believe he went no stride on that too.
1-2 to Zimmerman, and that's in the dirt.
Show me the approach. I don't think he lifted up his leg at all. Watch Bryce Harper's lower half. Yeah, he barely did. Kept his foot on the ground and hit it about as far as you can hit a ball. Look at that. No stride, Daniel Murphy style. Just lifted up the heel and my goodness, where did this land? Wow.
And back live, 3-2 to Zimmerman now.
That would have definitely got him bonus time in the home run derby.
Still talking about it. Ryan Zimmerman's hit 20 this year. 3-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. So the best of times, a brief worst of time for the rookie pitcher in his major league debut inning. 2 strikeouts and an unbelievably long home run as Harper went down to get the curve, and it goes straight, I mean straight out of here. Pass along the numbers on Bryce Harper's 25th home run of the season. The Diamondbacks are hitting .259. That's 5th in the league. They're 4th in runs and 7th in homers. A.J. Pollock 3 for 5 last night. Swinging a great bat. He's 7 for his last 14. David Peralta 10 for 16 right in front of him. So Paul Goldschmidt's out of the lineup tonight. Tanner Roark 1-2 career, 8 games, 5 starts against the D-backs.
Yeah, opponents hitting .299 on the 2-seam, .306 on the 4-seam, averaging 92 this year. And picked up his first win on the 4th since June 4th, excuse me, last start on the 16th at Cincinnati. Did not allow an earned run for the first time since May 29th.
And that curveball high, but then down it came to catch the ceiling of the strike zone. 1-1. So Peralta 5th in the league at .325. Nobody's talking about this guy in the batting race. All he's done has been real consistent all year long for Arizona. .292 career hitter in his first 3 years in the big leagues. That's a hot shot foul. Zimmerman was close to the line.
The defense for the Nats tonight: Heisey, Goodwin, Harper, your outfield. Defoe, Rendon, left side. Murphy, Zimmerman, right side. Matt Wieters behind the plate. It's Heisey in left.
1-2. Roark to Peralta. David 1 for 7 career against Tanner. So's A.J. Pollock on deck. .2-2. Nobody on base. That was an interesting sequence. Ball 3.
Well, a lot of times, you know, if you think teams are figuring out what you're throwing, you go no sequence with nobody on. And I know the Rockies just played the Diamondbacks and did the same thing. They used like a runner on second.
Ooh, strike 3 call, and Lance Barrett is liking the low pitch tonight. Peralta tossed his bat away to head to first. He's going to make a different kind of turn.
Well, key for Tanner tonight with everything is to stay down. So you see the pitch. We saw some low strike calls on Bryce Harper, and that one just got the bottom of the zone for strike 3.
Where was that pitch? It looked like he said after blowing the bubble. And here's A.J. Pollock. He's at .294. Ball 1. Tanner Roark still hunting at 50th win. 49-34 career. 100th career start for Roark tonight. Got himself in position with that nice ball game at Cincinnati. .2-0. Hot shot for a base hit. By the way, did you forget to say something on the Harper homer?
No, I didn't.
Okay, just checking.
I mean, I could see how you thought I might, because I was screaming into the talkback while the ball was in the air.
I just, in all the excitement, just wanted to make sure that business was taken care of.
I just went primal right there, like you used to do in the dugout. When a guy had a far home run, you just start screaming, because that's all that comes out when it goes that far.
So first inning homers now. The Nats are up around 24, and Bryce Harper has 10 of those. Crazy. Jake Lamb and those numbers brought to you by Jeep. They know about another gear. And here's Lamb hitting .277. He has 23 home runs. Bryce is now 4th in the league in homers, behind Cody Bellinger and Joey Votto, who've been sitting on 26 for a while. Giancarlo has 30.
By the way, good looking out though on the no-hitter. Thanks.
Okay,
I said it. I appreciate it.
Didn't want to have to buy a new phone when it blew up.
That was fun, man. Wow.
1-0 pitch. Murphy playing to pull. Weeder sets up away. And the pitch a little bit to Matt's right, but over the outer half of the plate. 1-1.
Yeah, I think Bryce blew up StatCast because it's not showing it. Yahoo Sports has 465, but that, come on. I remember Jake Lamb hit one out there this year that was 470 something. I mean, 465 is hard, you know, it's a far tater, but I thought it was farther. You broke StatCast, Bryce. Way to go.
Well, he hit it to the right of that vertical line out there where it's 413. From the field up to the top of the yellow line's 25 feet. That ball hit a good 20, 30 feet behind that. So it'll be impressive whenever that number rolls in. 1-2 with one out. Tanner would love a ground ball here. Instead, he's going to go curveball, and way out ahead of it, Jake Lamb, who has struck out 104 times now. That's the 5th most in the National League.
Number 8.
Yeah, over the last month, Tanner Roark's swing and miss rate on the curveball is the best in baseball. And you see why. He's got a good feel for the Uncle Charlie lately. The slider, too. So the off-speed from Tanner might be his best friend here tonight in the desert.
There's Chris Cianetta, who's been in the big leagues since 2006. Originally drafted by the Rockies. Played 6 years there. 4 with the Angels, and then Seattle last year, and the Diamondbacks signed him as a free agent in January. 234 career hitter. Tanner's got some kind of hook going tonight. That was a slider, 86.
He looks relaxed to me tonight. You know, I didn't see the game in Cincinnati with you guys in person, but he looked more relaxed in that game too on TV. His pace is nice. It's not too fast. He looks relaxed. He looks calm. He looks focused.
That day, 25 pitches first inning, 16 strikes because of a base hit and a Joey Votto walk. Hot shot. Fair ball called by Jeff Kellogg, and that gets deep into the corner, which will allow A.J. Pollock to score. Diamondbacks tie the game. Chris Cianetta, 24th RBI.
Matt Weeder's taking a walk down toward third base. And did you see the call? Is that Brian Knight at third?
Yeah.
Watch the call. He starts to signal foul. And then he turns and signals fair. So that was right over the bag. Call goes the Diamondbacks' way and just sticks against the wall down there. And that allows Pollock to score all the way from first.
Here's Daniel Descalso with 2 outs. Strike call. So Iannetta becomes the cleanup man tonight with Goldschmidt sitting. Gets an RBI. Descalso did bat 5th last night. Went 0 for 5 with 3 punch-outs. But he's still hitting .300 his last 21 games. Pesky guy, line drive hitter, contact man. On the appeal, Brian Knight says a swing, strike 2. In the air, left center. Goodwin and Heisey converge. Center fielder has the call. And that's it. Each team will score a run. The Nats' way was a whole lot louder and quicker, but it's 1-1. So here's our Mazda do-up with Daniel Murphy. Yeah, he looks like he's a work of art the way he's been swinging this year. Murphy doing it all for the Nats. Batting average, on base, and RBIs.
What do we got? We got some meat, some more meat. Are you going to eat the fat? I will. That's a gut bomb. This isn't a gut bomb, though. On Monday, July 31st, you can join us at Nats Park for the second annual Crab Feast on the field. That's presented by Budweiser. You see him trying to help me with the segue, the food to the food thing.
Yeah, that was
that's nice.
That was the hard stuff to seafood there.
Yeah, that was land to the ocean.
Wow.
Enjoy delicious Maryland blue crabs and all you can drink Bud and Bud Light. That's all you need to know. Visit nationals.com/crab feast for details. Surf and turf. Although the turf was looking rough.
Yeah. By the way, you're looking at a great ballpark. I mentioned last night that there's a lot going on regarding Chase Field. Daniel Murphy, we'll get into that. Of course, I said that last night too, and then the game got crazy. Murphy takes a curveball low and away, so we set things on Murph, who's hit .400 his last 11 games. Second highest batting average in the league at .342. Fourth highest RBI total, third highest hits. His next base hit will be number 120. Outside 2-0.
So in case you missed it at the outset of the broadcast tonight, he's hitting .345 since the start of the 2016 season. .303 for .879.
And Murphy, a fly ball to center for A.J. Pollock. 23 pitches, 15 strikes in the first inning debut for Anthony Banda. This ballpark is in its 20th year. It has a lot of infrastructure problems, and talked to a couple of the employees here yesterday. And Maricopa County owns this ballpark. They're responsible for the upkeep. And Commissioner Rob Manfred was here several weeks ago addressing the condition of the park, which evidently it's nothing we can see, but it's not good. And Rob Manfred said they need to get things up to par here, or the Diamondbacks might have to look elsewhere. Now, are those just words? Whatever. But it's kind of interesting that some of these ballparks seem to have a life of about 20 years, 30 at the most, and then it's time to move on. Atlanta just closed a ballpark after 20 years.
What do they have, rats or something? What's wrong?
Drainage, water, infrastructure, you know, all the things involved with the plumbing, the electrical here. Like I said, things we can't see.
Well, you can see in right field they have a fungus. You know, they have to open the roof here to get sun on the grass during the day, and when it's 110 degrees. They didn't have a concert here, it looks like it, but that's actually a disease in the grass, I was told today.
1-1 to Rendon. Anthony, high fly ball right side. That's playable. This is a ballpark where there's pretty much room on each side. Warning track kind of goes straight down past the dugouts and only then angles in. And Descalso had plenty of room to make that play. So keep your eye on the news regarding Chase Field. There's a lot going on. The county claims it has no money to pour into the ballpark. I mean, you know, when you're talking about renovating a stadium of this size, you're talking several $100 million. And that's more than it costs to build this thing. Stay tuned.
Well, I think they should have an outdoor stadium.
Are you out of your mind?
110 degrees, all day games, just wear it.
The whole seating bowl would have to be a pool.
Bob Henley will supply the sunscreen to everybody.
103 outside.
Remember we had a haboob here the last time?
Oh yeah.
That's all the sandstorms here in the desert. That's what they call them. And the windows out there, you couldn't even see anything. It was all dark. And
tens of $1,000s a day to air condition the ballpark when the team is home. 1-2. And Wieters launches a high fly ball to center. Pollock going back, and he can only watch it, and that hits below the yellow line, which is 25 feet high out there. So a monster shot here, and I can't think of another ballpark in Major League Baseball where that is not a home run, but here it's two bags.
Man, where'd that hit? I'll say this, give second base on Jim Reynolds credit. He hustled way out there. Look at this. I thought it was gone as soon as he hit it. Some loud contact here from the Nats early. Oh yeah, just above the 407 sign. So a 408-foot double for Matt Wieters with 2 outs.
See, Milwaukee has a batting eye that's kind of like that, but the yellow line isn't 25 feet high. It's about 8 feet high. And so that was played by Pollock. He knows the caroms out there. And here's Wilmer Defoe
with first base open.
Man, he's been pretty good, but he's going to hit this one in the air. Got a little carry to it. Peralta in right. And the rookie has given up a homer and a double, but he's tied after an inning and a half.
Arizona. Tanner Roark spent the first few months of the season trying to fix what he thought was a mechanical problem. But talking to Tanner the other day, he said he feels now that it wasn't a mechanical issue at all. It was more of a mental thing that he was dealing with and is now trying to get through. Tanner said that he believes now that his mechanics were fine. He was just searching for a problem in that area. So his focus lately has been controlling the mental side of things. And he's done that with the help of Mark Campbell, the Nats director of mental conditioning. Tanner said he wasn't breathing out there. And even though he was looking right at the catcher's mitt, he said he wasn't really able to see it, if that makes sense. He said recently he's gotten on a sleep program. He's focusing on breathing patterns on the mound and having total confidence in his pitch selection. He's taking the mound with, he says, a clear mind now. He feels at ease when he toes the rubber, and he thinks that's helped him over the last couple times out, guys.
All right, Dan, with our Coons.com sideline report. When you're talking Cards, you're talking Coons. So maybe you saw this last inning. You mentioned he looked more relaxed out there, maybe a little less tension than recently.
Well, when you watch guys every single day or every single start over 5 or 6 years, you can tell their body language, and he's looked excitable this year at times.
Wow.
And he doesn't right now, just reading his body language, and then that controlling your breathing thing works. You'll see hitters kind of look at the barrel of their bat before they step in, take a nice slow deep breath. I mean, if you're taking big deep breaths and you're blowing them out really aggressively, it doesn't calm you down. So it's about controlling your breathing, and when you control your breathing, you control your heart rate and you control your nerves. Then you just become an athlete. You're not overthinking it. You're not overamped. You're not thinking too much where your mind gets going a million miles an hour and you're thinking about 14 things at once instead of one thing to focus on and just go pitch by pitch. So yeah, all that stuff is great. I was big on the whole sports psychology, mental side of the game. I think it's valuable for all players.
1-2. Interesting stuff. Chris Owings batting .282. That's a swing and a miss, and Wieters will tag him. Tanner Roark, 3 of his 4 outs on strikeouts. Nissan on the pitch cast.
A nice little short slider there from Tanner for strike 3.
Then he's thrown his curveball for strikes a couple of times, so giving different looks with the breaking stuff. Here's Ketel Marte, young shortstop who had quite a ball game here last night.
He did. I'm telling you, that play he made on Bryce Harper in the top of the 9th turned the momentum of this game around. The one on his knees where he's sliding into the outfield got the crowd awake. Diamondbacks let it off with a triple and won the ball game. A.J. Pollock hit one off the wall in center field, and you felt like at the time that's a momentum changer. You can change the momentum with a good play on defense, and he did.
Big hook. So we've seen 76, we've seen 78, and the hitters in the hole 1 and 2. He's 8 for 36 in 17 ball games, Marte. 176 games in parts of 2 years with Seattle before coming here. Zimmerman to the bag. 2 down.
Good plays I'm talking about last night. Made a nifty one up the middle, too, going to his left.
Left fielder.
I think that was on Ryan Rayburn. The spin move, the strong arm. And so that was a good play. This one, I don't know if you've seen one better this year. And when you see the replay and how he kind of pushes himself up with his glove, watch this, slides on both knees, pushes himself up, but look at the cannon to get Bryce Harper for the 3rd out in the top of the 9th. The place went crazy, leadoff triple, walk him off win.
Yeah, then they got to see fireworks. Big crowd last night, 37,858. One of the 7 largest crowds they've ever had here.
I'm gonna say tonight's bigger.
You know, a lot of folks here. And a bobblehead giveaway tonight. I ran into one of their radio guys after the game who said those 7 biggest crowds ever, they're 7-0 on those nights.
Well, you get fired up.
And it's a, you know, it's a place where at times the Diamondbacks don't draw very well. This year they deserve to have 25 or 30,000 in this yard every night. I mean, they're 19 games over at home.
They should have a spring-loaded rattlesnake bobblehead that strikes. That'd be a good promotion. You know, you just pull it back, like kind of like a Jack-in-the-Box effect, and then it strikes your arm.
I think I'm going to stay home for that one, actually.
I think that's a good one. It's not poisonous. Don't panic.
Only team with a better home record, the Dodgers, at an amazing 39 and 13. You know, Chris Herman went to Miami, the guy in the batter's box. So did you. I wonder if he has those kind of marketing ideas that could just draw millions.
It's educational for kids. This is what you know, this is what it looks like. This is what it could do to you.
That ball hits the mound, and then it's a high hop for Wilmer Defoe. 1-2-3 second. Tanner Roark on his game with a quick inning, number 2, and he'll lead off.
Fans, turn your attention to DBTV and check out our
Fedora giveaway night presented by Delta Airlines. First 25,000 fans to enter the ballpark on Wednesday, July 26th will receive this fashionable Nationals branded hat. Visit nationals.com/ticket. Get it. Throw them in the air. It'll be fun to watch.
Max and EJ going to the top of the 3rd. No coincidence, we showed Scherzer. Now we're going to talk about Rocket Arms from Quicken Loans. So in the National League and the major leagues overall, it's Chris Sale of the Red Sox, Max of the Nats. Innings, strikeouts, and strikeouts per 9 innings. Clayton Kershaw way behind Max in strikeouts, by the way. He's got 166. Robbie Ray tomorrow, 145. So you're looking at the two rocket arms, one in each league, that are so difficult to do anything against. And we have quite a pitching matchup tomorrow with Steven Strasburg and former Nat farmhand Robbie Ray.
Chris Sale, the fourth guy ever to get to 200 strikeouts in 20 starts. That's impressive.
Yeah, that's pretty impossible to do. 10 every time out on the average.
Max right there. Good take, just missed. And almost got somebody back there.
1 ball, 1 strike. Tanner Roark 4 for 32 this year. Bonda just threw his 36th pitch. He's thrown 23 strikes. Good rip by Tanner Roark right back to the screen. Inside, ball 2. And then that one, the changeup, diving straight down. First time through the lineup for the rookie. The Nats go 2 for 9 with a homer, a double, and 3 strikeouts. The Nats rode ahead, driven by your local Chevy dealers. Visit ChevyFirst.com. So it's Strasburg and Ray tomorrow. Off day Monday. We miss you guys. Haven't been home, it seems, in forever. And it'll be the Brew Crew in for 3. They're winning 4-0 tonight, trying to break a 6-game losing streak. And then after the Brewers, it's the Colorado Rockies, who are 1 game behind the D-backs. Arizona 9.5 back of the Dodgers. Colorado 10.5 back. Julio Teheran and Rich Hill at Dodger Stadium later tonight. That ball's hooking into the right field corner, and it's a fair ball. Goodwin digging for 3. Took Peralta a while to get there, and he is out. Chris Owings on the relay put it right on the bag. It looked like they had no chance to get Goodwin.
There's a couple strange things there. I mean, beautiful swing by Brian Goodwin. I don't know if he knew if it was fair or not initially. So take a look at the hitter out of the box here. We'll get there in a second. So it's fair. Slowed down a little bit around second base, and then the slide at third. If he sticks his foot in there, he's safe, but he slid around the base and then tried to reach it with his hand. So that's way slower, right? Watch the slide. If he sticks his foot in there, he's safe, but since he waited and tried to reach over with his hand, it gave Jake Lamb more time. So right here, there's a little hesitation, and right there, he turns it on. So once he saw it was fair, then he's looking at Bob Henley. That's a good job. And then I think the slide at the end was the difference. See, if he sticks his foot in there, he might have been safe, but since he slid past with his right arm, or leg, excuse me, and reached with his arm, he was out.
Now Heisey pops up, Marte has it, and the Nats, top of the third, comes to an end in very abrupt fashion.
third, all tied at 1. Saturday, July 29th. Join us to celebrate our female fans on Ladies' Night at the ballpark. Take part in pregame panel discussions on women in baseball featuring NAC's female executives. Enjoy drink specials. Take home a set of Nationals wine charms. That's cool. Plus one lucky fan won a trip to the MGM in Las Vegas. Visit nationals.com/special ticket. I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing, but
a ladies' night here.
Go to Vegas, the MGM might cost you.
I think most would be willing to take that chance.
Free trip, but you could drop a couple grand.
So here is Anthony Banda, first big league at bat. 7 for 44 as a minor leaguer, not bad. Tanner Roark with a good tailing heater right there. So Tanner threw 2 innings, a run on 2 hits, 32 pitches, 21 strikes. Half the outs on strikeouts. And Banda will make some contact. Drafted by the D-backs in the 33rd round in 2011 out of Sinton High School in Texas. Did not sign. Went to San Jac, as they call it, San Jacinto College in Houston. So he strikes out, and that's 4 for Roark tonight. Toyota Case for Kids features the Washington area Toyota dealers helping children and their families by making a donation of $37 to the Children's Inn at the National Institutes of Health for every strikeout by our pitchers. Here's David Peralta, called out on strikes first time, and a called strike to start him this time. Tanner's got a good work rate going.
Quick but not too fast.
Right.
Under control. There's the deep breath. You see Dan talking about how he's controlling his breathing before every pitch. He's taking a nice slow deep breath. Control the heart rate. I think you should start doing this, Bob. There you go. There you go. Namaste. Boom.
Nice.
There you go.
2-2. I don't like it. Tanner, definite swing and miss stuff tonight. First time around the order, D-backs went 2 for 9 with a single and an RBI double. 2-2 pitch. Had him reaching. Heisey and Goodwin converging. Chris Heisey takes it in the gap. Couple of quick outs. 6 in a row now for Tanner Roark since Chris Ionetta's game-tying double.
You know, and there's always 2 schools of thought. There's the old school player that says, yeah, my breathing's really going to help me do better. Like, is that going to put movement on my fastball? Is that going to make my curveball bite? Yeah. And there's guys on teams that just don't buy into it. You know, they feel like if, you know, they talk to a sports psychologist, it's a sign of weakness. It's a macho game. I don't need any help. I can figure this out on my own. But the guys that actually buy into it, I mean, it works. There's no doubt about it. When you lay on your bed in your hotel room and you put your headphones on and to your favorite song and you visualize what you're going to do on a given night, you control your breathing, you set game goals that you can control. I mean, all that stuff translates into consistency. When you're consistent at this level, you're successful. It's that simple.
And I think it's interesting, and just like real life, not one thing doesn't work for everybody. Different personalities react in different ways. One with 2 outs. Front door on the breaking ball.
I was big on it. I used to write game goals out in the hotel room every day. Game goals that you could control. So swing at good low strikes. You know, hit the ball in the barrel 4 times tonight. You know, play hard and have fun. Little goals. Then you go back to your room and you check off the boxes and how you perform that night. You can't put performance goals like I'm going to get 2 hits tonight because that's just too vague. You can't control that. So when you set your goals for your young players, just, you know, hey, I'm going to swing at strikes tonight, or I'm going to throw good low strikes. I'm going to stay in the moment, pitch by pitch. Things that you can control. You know, once it leaves your hands, you have no control as a pitcher. But, you know, the breathing part, the relaxation, all that is huge. And, you know, Carl Keel and Harvey Dorfman wrote a book, The Mental Game of Baseball, that was my Bible. I kept it in my bag at all times with all the highlighted passages that I liked in the book. and I would refer to it from time to time to keep me straight mentally and keep me focused.
2-2, a swing and a foul. Well, I remember there was a lot of chatter in golf during Tiger's heyday when he was winning all the majors. The whole breathing relaxation thing was big for him, and I know a lot of golfers took heed of that.
And right now, he's just slowing it down. It's good stuff. Those that buy in believe in it, and I believe in it 100%.
Two, and just a little bit low. Count goes full.
Yeah, maybe I need to start writing them for broadcasting now. Like, don't butcher the promo, and try not to stutter tonight, and don't step on Bob when he talks. I'm gonna start doing it. Maybe it'll work.
First time for everything. 3-2 pitch. Oh, look at that slider. 88. Tanner Roark throwing a slider as hard as some guys might offer the fastball. So 5 Ks through 3. Here's our Honda Duo. It's Bryce Harper. He already has a homer tonight. It's covered lots of yards, lots of feet, a lot of real estate. Bryce on a career high, and it's still going on. 15-game hitting streak.
Back to the first inning. I believe it was a 3-2 pitch, a curveball. Bryce, I think the approach more amazing than the distance. He tries to generate with his lower half with a leg kick, and he just lifted his heel up, put it down, and hit a ball 465 feet according to Yahoo Sports, because StatCast didn't get it. And one of the farthest taters we've seen all year. Washington, D.C. Lexus dealers donate $250 to Children's National Health System for the first 200 taters hit by the Nats this season. Lexus, experience amazing.
Well, that's at least 3 home runs we've seen him hit this year with barely any kick. The 2 in St. Louis, and then this one tonight. This one went a whole lot farther than those did, but they all count. So here we are, second time around, and Bryce was trying to make it 2-0 on number 26.
Well, I mean, that's smart hitting right there. He hit a curveball out. He set first pitch fastball, and I believe he's eliminated the curveball.
Two heaters. Bryce Harper makes you throw fastballs to him. You're asking for trouble there, too. Could have been a generous call. 1-2 Mercedes-Benz.
Paint. Paint.
Yeah, he split it. Great pitch. Well, Bryce has been good with 2 strikes this year.
See that deep breath he took?
There's another. After the step out.
I mean, he can hit, however. He's MVP and he's on his way to another one, but I like this approach. I like when Bryce Harper just lifts up his heel and takes the whole lunging leg kick thing out of it. He's strong enough to hit him out flat-footed, as you saw the first time up. Doesn't need to generate a whole lot with his lower half. He's so strong.
2-2. Well, I think we might have said this earlier. Harper's doing this. It's the hitter's version of what Strasburg did.
Watch.
Windup.
Just watch the foot right there that circled, how he just lifts up the heel, drops the heel, then the hips go, then the hands go. Wow. And then the ball goes far. Look at everybody in the dugout. I think that was Jock Jones.
Harper high in the air to left. He's going to back up Chris Herman. Kind of skirting along the edge of the track there. Ryan Zimmerman stepping in, and Dan 0 for 5 in this series. What's going on with him?
Zim's been struggling a little bit the last few weeks, Bob, and Dusty, talking earlier today, said he sees Zim as a very similar hitter to Matt Williams. When he's locked in, look out. But because they have so many moving parts in their swings, you don't really know where to start when you're trying to fix things in a slump. Dusty was Matt Williams' hitting coach in San Francisco. He sees Zim, obviously, every day the last year and a half. Knows how productive they are when they're on, but when they're streaky, he knows he can have some down patches as well.
I remember when we had the side-by-side of Ryan and Daniel Murphy, and we said Ryan's got a lot of moving parts. When those are all locked in, look out. And Daniel Murphy's a lot like Bryce. What we just showed you, real consistent with a lower half, flat-footed hitter. One's a high-maintenance swing in Ryan's, and one's a low-maintenance swings in Daniel Murphy.
Ryan's most recent hit, the 8th inning RBI single in Anaheim Tuesday night after the Harper triple. 0-2 to him here, 1 out. Change up. Good take. 2-2. Right on the hands, and Zimmerman strong enough to muscle it to left field.
That's a sign of approval from Dusty Baker. Or that could be the bat died a hero sign too.
Second baseman, Daniel Murphy.
Might have been a changeup. Not a little cut fastball in, Ryan. Just like you said, Carp muscled it out there. Base hit. Bat died a hero. Now Daniel hits Murphy trying to shoot one in a gap here on the parking lot.
Fly ball to center, fairly deep first time up. Doubles machine is Murphy. 32, leads the National League. It's the most in Major League Baseball. And the curveball, he eyed it all the way in and veered outside to get the count in his favor. Front door, and this one hit the center. It's going to back up Pollock. Hit that about 390 for the second out of the inning.
MLB.TV every night, every device. Watch every out-of-market regular season game live. Plus, get a free subscription to App Premium, the #1 app for live baseball. Blackout and other restrictions apply. Visit MLB.TV for details.
Anthony Rendon, foul out, right side, first time up. Hunting his first base hit of the series. 0 for 4. A walk last night, third time up. And the 0-1 with 2 outs. In the air to right. David Peralta. And the rookie's doing okay. Got blasted by Harper in the first, and now we're in the middle of the fourth. And the fourth inning of Nationals baseball is brought to you by the all-wheel drive RAV4 Toyota. What drives you? Visit buyatoyota.com for great deals. It's 103 in the desert tonight.
It's a palm tree. Beautiful.
Tonight, Curly W's 1-1 ball game. Mom in on the action. Looks like somebody does want to sit in that chair in between. First 4 games, they've split them. Look how close everything is. It's unbelievable, except for the home runs. How about that? Nats haven't been out homered by hardly anybody. Crazy Numbers brought to you by Jeep, and Bryce got the Nats into that HR column earlier tonight. Here's Tanner Roark's fourth inning, and Jake Lamb a swing and a foul, 1 ball, 1 strike. .48 pitches, 32 strikes through 3. Nats in a shift. Rendon out at short. Jake Lamb has done a lot of damage this year, but he does strike out a lot, 105 times. Mark Reynolds 108, Trevor Story 110, Will Myers 119, Keon Broxton 124. Swing and a miss. Strikeout number 6 for Tanner Roark. So that's 6 strikeouts out of 10 outs total. Nissan will track it.
Well, we told you about the swing and miss rate on the Roark curveball the last month, and it's been a beauty here tonight. This one just disappears on Jake Lamb. Never really gets there. High spin rate, a lot of movement late. Great pitch.
Chris Iannetta, the big blow of the game for the D-backs. A 2-out, right on the chalk line double down the left field line in the first after the Harper homer.
Diamondbacks have swung at 8 curveballs from Tanner Roark tonight and missed 7 of them.
By the way, I mentioned Keon Broxton of the Brewers. He was sent to the minor leagues today by Milwaukee with 124 strikeouts. That's about 1.5, almost 1.5 per game. You're seeing some check swings here too, because Tanner's got things moving around so late before they get there. 1-1. Tight slider, outside edge.
And you really need his fastball tonight, other than to show it to the Diamondbacks. The changeup, slider, and curve have been A+.
And this plays back into what you've talked about with Tanner for a couple of years. When those secondary pitchers are working, he's really unpredictable.
Yeah, just pitch backwards. Use your off speed to set up the fastball. Make the curveball your primary pitch tonight, and the fastball your secondary pitch. There it is. Here comes one.
Let's see where he puts it.
No fastball. He shook 4 times to a fastball.
So the hitter's going, wait a minute. He's shaking off everything. I better step out. Feeling good about the curve. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Another swing and a miss. 88, just diving down and away. Strikeout number 7.
Yeah, forget the fastball. Curveball, slider, change. Look at this slider, just hang a left there at the end. A little depth to it, down and away. Looked like a strike for about 50 feet, and then broke out of the zone. Great pitch.
Tanner Roark season high in strikeouts, 8. He did it against the D-backs May 2nd at home in a 6-3 loss, and then he did it in a 5-1 win against Seattle at Nationals Park May 24th.
Remember he struck out 15 Twins?
That was crazy last year. His other good strikeout game, 7 in a loss against the Reds June 25th at home. And he turned the tables on him last weekend, struck out just 5 but pitched very well. No earned runs. So it's Daniel Descalso. 1 ball, 1 strike, 2 outs. Fly ball to center, first time up. Braves are underway at the Dodgers, trying to do a number on LA again. Julio Teheran tonight and Rich Hill. Braves need a win to get back to 500. They're 10 back of the Nats. Three and 1.
I'm thinking the Nats are 10 games up. I was talking to Dan Herron today, who's doing some part-time coaching for the Diamondbacks. And he was saying how good the Nats lineup is. I said, can you imagine if they had Adam Eaton and Trey Turner still? I mean, that was one of the best lineups I have ever seen at the major league level. With those 2 at the top of the order, and then 3, 4, 5, 6 the way they're swinging right now. They have a 20-game lead if those guys were healthy.
Oh, there's a division. Mets have won 3 straight. Phillies have won 3 straight. Mets trailing Oakland at home tonight, 5-4, 6th inning. And the Brewers are all over the Phils tonight, 6-1, trying to break a 6-game Milwaukee losing streak. Cubs got 3 in the 8th and beat St. Louis today 3-2. Right now only a half game back of the Brewers. Right now the wild cards are in the West with these guys and the Rockies. Ball in the dirt, and Descalso had a secondary lead, got about 20 feet out from the bag and then retreated.
Yeah, good block by Matt Wieters to keep Daniel at first base. Thought about it, and then the ball didn't go far enough away and scrambled back to first. I just think that's a tricky proposition for any organization, to trade prospects away to play 1 extra game, to play that 163rd game.
Yeah.
But that team has won the World Series before, so what a gamble if you're a general manager on either the Rockies or the Diamondbacks to upgrade and maybe make your minor league system weaker.
High fly ball to left, and I think that's why a lot of people feel great about bringing Madsen and Doolittle. Got those guys at least till the end of next year. no rental. Tanner doing quite well.
Top of the fifth, Matt Wieters locked and loaded, ready to go and lead this thing off. How about his last time up in the second inning? Pretty far double to center field. StatCast is powered by AWS. This one went 414 feet, had hang time of 6 seconds. I mean, my Twitter is blowing up with how far Bryce Harper's home run went. I think he tilted StatCast. You remember pinball machines when you tilted them?
I think that's the end of your game. We'll go. I guess we'll go with 465 until we hear something else. NASA has important business tonight, so hopefully we'll get something from them. He said, tongue-in-cheek. The kid's pitching well tonight. 23-year-old Anthony Banda in his big league debut. 58 pitches, 38 strikes. Wieters hit one to the right of the 407 mark, straightaway center field first time for a double. As mentioned at that time, probably the only park in baseball where that's not a home run. Off speed, 1-2. So Matt has 3 hits in this series, all doubles. Swing and a miss. 94 by him. And for Banda, strikeout number 4. When you have insight, you know how to handle your finances with confidence. Brought to you by PNC Bank. For the achiever in you, Luis Garcia is 17 years old. MLB.com rates him number 8 on the Nats prospect list. He's down there playing in the Gulf Coast League and hitting .350. Defoe a bunt. He is out on a close play. Jake Lamb called off his pitcher, and that was their only chance to get Wilmer at first. You like the idea.
Pitcher Tanner Roark.
If he gets a little more line with that, he's safe. It gave Jake Lamb a little bit of an angle to make the throw and his momentum going to first instead of maybe toward home plate. He got a lot on the throw and got him by a step.
So here's Roark, and Banda has a chance for a very quick inning. Oh, and 2. Nets. 1 hit in each inning so far. And Roark will hit one off the upper deck.
Check this out. I have to get my partner one of these hats because Bob Carpenter's favorite food is a hot dog.
If they're grilled.
Yeah. You need that hat in your life.
Maybe that'll be my fedora night. 5 Ks for Anthony Banda. Pitching a good game in his debut.
Arizona, big situation in last night's ball game. Ryan Madson in to pitch the 8th inning, and he came upon a situation where he was going to face a left-handed hitter, David Peralta, and Dusty Baker decided to rely on one of Ryan Madson's former teammates for a little bit of advice as to whether to keep Madson in the ball game or whether to trust him to face the left-handed hitting Peralta. He turned to Jason Worth, who played with Madson in Philly years ago, and asked Jason if he had any thoughts on the situation. And Worth's response regarding Madson to Dusty: I trust him, I've seen it, you can count on him. So Dusty left Madson in, he got Peralta out to end the 8th inning. And so guys, Worth had faith in Madson, Dusty had faith in Worth's insight and scouting report on the new National, and it all worked out. Dusty saying, I trust Jason, and I know what he saw in Philadelphia. I believe he's gonna tell me one way or the other how he truly feels. He counted on his outfielder, and Ryan Madson came through with Worth's tidbit playing a crucial role in that situation.
Great stuff, Dan, with our Coons.com sideline report. When you're talking Cars, you're talking Coons. And that whole Philly thing's been a while, but Jason Worth, he knows what a teammate's all about, and those things don't change.
No, he was going on and on about what a great teammate Ryan Madson is today in batting practice, saying the guy's hilarious. You know, he's all business when he's out there. He's a wonderful guy in the clubhouse. And Dusty just uses his resources, man. I mean, why wouldn't you ask a player like Jason Worth, who's one of the most intelligent players I've ever been around, his opinion on a guy that he knows better than Dusty? I mean, Dusty doesn't have an ego. You know, most managers wouldn't defer to one of their players and say, hey, what do you think right here? Because, you know, hey, I'm the skipper, I know everything. And Dusty's not like that.
1-1. What a good way to keep Jason involved, too. In fact, the word better is what Worth told me around the cage today when I asked him how he was feeling. He said, that's a good word. He said, yeah, I'm on my way. Just don't know exactly when. Dan chimed in and said, well, just be really good for August and September. Yeah, and then I said, make sure you're ready to DH in the World Series. And Jason seemed to like that.
I think we're all on our way, and we just don't know when.
2-2. That's well said. Ominously.
I mean, right?
Line drive, and Murphy right there. Tanner Roark and Anthony Banda matching each other almost pitch for pitch here.
Left fielder, Chris Herman.
This guy's ripping off Michael Morse's walk-up song.
Yeah.
Hey, Meat, that's not your song.
And I heard A.J. Pollock last 2 nights with Daniel Murphy's. At least the first one.
Yeah, but that one's legendary.
Curveball in there to Chris Herman. Bouncing ball to Murphy first time. That's in a shift again. Chris Herman batting a $174. He's a catcher who can play the outfield. That'll stand him straight.
That's because he stole Michael Morse's song. Tanner. I like when Tanner throws inside like that. That means he's confident. He used to spin guys all the time like that last year.
Yeah, we loved it when Ryan Madsen did it last night to that aforementioned left-handed batter. That's 85 in there for a strike, 1-2. Chris Herman coming into the ball game 2 for 3 career against Roark with a home run, 2 RBIs. Maybe why he's in there tonight. Small sample, but success, and now it's 2-2. Roark had him reaching, and Tanner, the good athlete, spears that one. 2 down. He's now retired 12 of the last 13 Diamondbacks.
All right, I mean, this is a big part of the schedule when you think about it. They're playing the Diamondbacks right now. They're 16 games over. And then the Brewers, the first place Brewers, come into town. So there's the 3-game set right there on the left. And then the Rockies, who the Nets took 3 out of 4 of in Coors Field, are coming to town. So some good ball players. Nolan Arenado coming to town. So mark these dates down and go to nationals.com/tickets and be at the Yard. The guys can't wait to get home and play in front of you guys.
Well, tomorrow it'll be 2 weeks since the last home game.
So come on out and be real loud.
1-0 to Banda, who struck out first time. 1-1.
And shine your lights on your phone. I don't know.
That's cool.
I mean, I think it's cool.
Two balls and 2 strikes. And that's it. Strikeout number 8, matching Tanner Roark's season high. He's pitching great, so is Banda. Top of the order. It's that 3rd time around. A VW moment in history. Remember this a couple of years ago? That's Oliver Perez. Bryce Harper wanted help on the check swing. It looked like he didn't go. He got tossed. And then so did Matt Williams. And guess who his replacement was and what he did against Addison Reed next time up? Michael A. Taylor. Yeah, above the line. A grand slam. A VW moment in history. May 13th. 2 years ago. Rob Drake was the umpire. We had alluded to that last night, and Michael A., who is here with us, by the way, continuing his road back from injury. Dramatic hit. Fred Roark's with our do-up now, and what these guys have done against lefties. Goodwin .375. Chris Heisey better than his overall batting average. And Bryce Harper, just name a type of pitcher and he's excelled. And by the way, that getaway day game, you might have noticed the sunshine. The roof was open. It was in May. That was the first time Michael A. Taylor had come up in his career with the bases loaded.
That was Ali Perez throwing to Bryce.
It was. There's Bonda throwing to Goodwin. Inside out and back to the screen. Doubled down the right field line with one out last time up, but he was thrown out by Peralta to Owings to Lamb.
But 3 years later, you don't see that from Bryce Harper anymore. You don't see the explosions. I mean, he's learned how to handle umpires with his body language. He very rarely argues. He'll give you an eye roll every now and then if he doesn't agree with the call, but you know, nothing like the outburst we saw as a younger player. I mean, he's 21 years old there probably. Still plays with fire though. It's just under control.
Sure. Two-one pitch.
I mean, I think it's just the evolution of a player. You realize, you know, you can really make life hard on yourself. You know, number one, you're arguing with an ump, but I always used to think that there's 3 other umps watching you, and they all talk. They get on the phone, they get on conference calls. What do you got on Bryce Harper? And you know, they'll share their honest opinions internally.
Goodwin rips it right side, knocked down by Owings. Out on a close play. This infield plays extremely quick, as FP pointed out last night, and guys were confirming that around the cage this afternoon.
Left fielder Chris Heisey.
He stayed with it nice. Bare hand, and I thought when he booted it, Brian might beat it. Hustled down the line and bang bang played first.
Here's Heisey 0 for 2, ground ball to third, pop up to the shortstop. Nats have a homer, 2 doubles, a single. First 2 games of this series, I'm not seeing any consecutive hits. Diamondbacks overall pitching staff mentioned this last night. ERA 3.49, second in the league to the 3.18 by the Dodgers. 2-0 pitch. Heisey way out ahead, rips it, foul. LA early 1-0 lead against the Braves at Dodger Stadium tonight. So the box scored. The only thing touching home plate, Bryce Harper spikes after that mammoth home run. Wieters a double, Goodwin a double, Zimmerman a single. Heisey, that's right over the bag and down deep into the left field corner. So another extra base hit for the Nationals. Heisey coming around third. Took a while to dig that ball out, and he's safe. Chris Heisey, first triple of the year. D-backs are going to have a look. It's a big 90 feet.
There's been some drama around third base tonight for the Nats, right? First Brian Goodwin and now this. So Chris Heisey, nicely done. I lost sight of the ball. What happened? Is there Velcro on the fence down there? Did it just stick? What happened? Oh, it got by him a little bit. Just a little bobble. Chris Heisey going hard the whole way. Was he safe? Was he out? They're not going to look at it. We are playing on. So a triple for Chris Heisey. Look at him hustle into the third. Nicely done. Let's get pitched to Bryce Harper.
It appears so. They could. I mean, this is lefty Zimmerman waiting. Maybe we'll see how the first pitch or two goes here. First pitch is driven to left, and it's deep, and it's at the base of the wall. Bounces in for a double, and Bryce Harper has another extra base hit. The Nats lead 2-1 on his 75th RBI.
I first guessed that, and that's no knock on Ryan Zimmerman. He's having a fantastic year. But Torey Lovullo, young manager, playing the left-on-left percentages, but that didn't work in the first inning. It definitely didn't work in the sixth. So a 1-1 game, a one-out triple by Chris Heisey, and then I mean, Bryce is locked in as I've ever seen him right now. He's pulling balls out 465 feet. You throw him away, he's going away. 24th double of the season makes it 2-1 Nats. Beautiful swing by Bryce Harper.
Here's Zimmerman, base hit last time. Well, if they wanted to throw a couple of pitches away and just see how the at-bat would go, Harper went out there and gave them a very quick answer. Zimmerman drills that ball, and that's over the head of A.J. Pollock. Here comes Harper around third. The Nats are putting hits together, and it's 3-1.
Ball's crushed.
Triple, double, double.
Ooh, I went to In-N-Out Burger today. That sounds good.
As did I.
This ball had another gear. So Chris Heisey tripled down the line. How often do you see a triple down the left field line, by the way? Not too often. And then Bryce Harper slaps a bullet to left over Chris Herman's head. And look at this ball just take off on A.J. Pollock. He can really go get him as a center fielder. You beat A.J. Pollock deep, you hit the ball hard. So 3 great at-bats in a row by the Nats to make this 3-1.
Yeah, they picked a good time to put hits together, didn't they, for the first time in this series. 3 in a row. Still only 1 out. Murphy's next.
I think the young Anthony Bonda getting a lesson on how hard it is to get to a really good major league lineup 3 times.
Ryan Zimmerman, that's his 66th RBI.
I mean, in the minor leagues, Carp,
At the plate, second baseman.
you get through a lineup 3 times, 4 times with this stuff. But in the big leagues, when you have hitters that make adjustments quicker than minor league hitters, and you have guys that are watching video in the clubhouse looking for any little tinkle of your glove or a wrinkle with your hand or anything that's tipping off a pitch, it's harder to get through a lineup 3 times. I mean, there's recon going on all on the bench, in the clubhouse. They're looking for any little edge they can get, and I'll try to sprinkle tinkle in there one more time tonight.
Murphy has a lot of room up the middle.
I don't know where it came from. It just happened. That was a beautiful swing by Bryce.
Harper now, 50 extra base hits, like Daniel Murphy. You do the math. It's 50 extra base hits in 96 games.
Unbelievable.
66 games to go after this one. Getting close to that 100 mark. And the 0-1 to Murphy. Turns on a pitch right in on his hands. J.J. Hoover.
By the way, we met Archie Bradley today during batting practice, and I'm officially an Archie Bradley fan. What a nice guy.
As much personality as any kid in the big leagues I've ever met.
Unbelievable. Instant fan.
Murphy got a breaking ball, hits that down to first. Daniel Descalso. The Nats have hit 5 balls in a row hard here in the 6th inning. Anthony Rendon now gets a chance. Bryce, 6 total bases, 2 RBIs, 2 runs tonight. He's now scored 82 runs. Charlie Blackmon 83 coming into the day.
Bryce is hitting .474 in his 15-game hitting streak with 7 home runs.
That's something.
Player of the month, anyone?
27 for 57 right now.
17 RBI, 22 runs. Locked in.
Saw Chris Iannetta glance over to the dugout there. Buying a little time for J.J. Hoover here. Anthony Rendon, even though he's 0 for 2 today, 0 for 5 in the series, dangerous, and the young lefty's not going to face him. So Iannetta bought a few extra throws for J.J. Hoover, and you'll get a nice listen at a good ovation for a kid who made his major league debut tonight and pitched pretty well, but he learned a lesson about the 3rd time around against a very good offense. It's building. It's our Jiffy Lube pitching change. Choose a winning team for your vehicle. Jiffy Lube, value and convenience. JiffyLubeDC.com. Yeah, they actually have a buttered popcorn stand downstairs.
I'm not a popcorn guy. I don't get it.
They have a caramel corn. They have kettle corn. You name it, they've got it here.
This gets stuck in your teeth.
Not great during a telecast.
It's not great, period.
We've had enough.
That's enough.
Here's J.J. Hoover, 29-year-old right-hander. His entire career, 5 years before this with Cincinnati. 34th appearance, 4.10 ERA, has been hittable. 32 hits, 26 innings, 38 strikeouts. Rendon up there swinging, and that's to deep third. He's got to make this play, or the Nats going to run. He's safe, and it's 4-1. Rendon legging one out.
Troy Lovullo wants a look. He's got his hand up. Close play at first. Jake Lamb had to give with this to get the hop. He took a little longer maybe than he should have. It was a one-hop throw, and did Rendon beat it? That was close. Woo.
D-backs dugout has us on hold.
For a run, I got to challenge that if I'm Torrey. I think he's safe. It looks like he's safe.
They're not going to challenge. Nats lead 4-1.
Oh, I got to take a chance there, don't you?
Closes the book on Banda. 4 earned runs, 7 hits, and 5 2/3. There's Wieters.
I mean, with the whole umpire review from the 7th inning on, and you can go out and ask nicely, and I mean, why not challenge in the 6th?
Yeah.
Even if you miss, who cares?
Agreed.
It's for a run. It's not just safe or out at first. It's for a run.
One ball, one strike. Matt Wieters' first career at bat against J.J. Hoover. Had a left field idea, it appeared, with that swing.
That guy almost got the second foul ball right there. He almost fell over the railing the first time, just to our left. He almost got another one. Just a little heads up to, you fans, it's not worth falling over the railing for. I'll bring you a ball.
Wieters, a swing and a miss. 6th inning comes to a close, but the Nats have 4 out of 5 hit safely. 4-1 after 5.5. Geico highlights. Big curveball early. Jake Lamb gone in the first. Big hook. In fact, it doesn't matter if they're lefties or righties. Look at the drop on the 76 to 78 mile an hour curveball, and then the mid-80s slider with an occasional heater thrown by Tanner Roark tonight. He's equal to season high with 8 Ks. 15 minutes could save you 15% or more on car insurance. Visit geico.com. See how much you could save. So as he walks up the hill for the 6th inning, 81 pitches, 50 strikes. He's retired 13 out of 14, and the only base runner for the D-backs since the 1st inning. The 4th inning 2-out walk by Daniel Descalso. Peralta, Pollock, and Lamb right here. Fastball, strike 1, outside edge. Tried to bring the curveball back. Swing and miss on a heater up. Actually foul tipped. Mercedes-Benz on the pitch cast.
I'll tell you what, with Joe Ross's injury, it's so big for Tanner Roark to kind of flip the script here and turn his season around, and it's been nice to watch the last 2 or 3 starts.
1-2. Shift on. Who needs a shift? That's a new season high with his 9th strikeout. And we weren't seeing swing and miss stuff from Tanner for quite a number of starts, but that thing has totally turned around.
You know, I don't know, Carp, because I never pitched, but you feel like your off speed will be better the more relaxed you are, right? I mean, if you're gripping the daylights out of the baseball, you're not going to get the same revolutions on the off speed. It's not going to come out as free and easy. It's like gripping the wood out of a bat, right? You're not going to have bat speed if you hold the bat too tight. And if, you know, you're thinking too much and you have some nerves going out there and you're overamped, I feel like your pitches aren't going to move as much, and he just has been relaxed since the get-go tonight, and you see the results. He's been nails.
A.J. Pollock, a single and a strikeout. That ball is drilled to center. Going back, Goodwin. He is there, but it hits off his glove. And now Pollock digging for 3. This is a triples ballpark.
I mean, I think this ball kind of was over the other shoulder for Brian Goodwin. So as a center fielder, when you break back, sometimes you break back the wrong way. And I think if Brian Goodwin broke back the other way, he catches that ball over his other shoulder and he makes the play. But he got caught on the wrong side. Watch, the ball's on the other side of him right there at the end. So it's tough for him to reach over that way. And that's the difference. You can always do the spin move and kind of correct which way you open, because at times you'll open the wrong way and you just flip around and find the ball with your head. That time he was committed, couldn't make the play.
Jake Lamb's going to get an RBI. Now Murphy's got to throw him out. Good pick by Zimmerman, and it's a 4-2 game. Jake Lamb, RBI number 79, second most in the National League. That's a strikeout guy who just made contact to get a ribby.
Pretty good play by Daniel Murphy, and a better pick by Ryan Zimmerman. Watch him just get aggressive with it in the backhand pick. And Tanner Roark with the golf clap, he'll take the out and he'll give up the run. So what?
All right, bases empty, 2 outs. Chris Iannetta, the hitter. Low and away. Iannetta RBI double first inning. Right down the left field line. Strikeout swinging in the 4th. There's that slider again. So in this inning, the D-backs got their first hit since Iannetta's double back in the 1st. 2 batters after the Pollock single. Tanner Roark, pardon me, had retired 14 out of 15 before that triple off Goodwin's glove.
And we talk about the breathing, the relaxation, the mechanic. It might be just as simple as he grew his beard back. He's got to keep that. The no beard look just wasn't Tanner. We didn't know who he was. It was witness relocation.
2-2. Well, he's got some hitters missing tonight, and it's 10 strikeouts in a game for the third time in Tanner Roark's career. 4-2 after 6. Washington Nationals and may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form. And the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the Washington Nationals and our really young crew frolicking in the pool here in Phoenix tonight. Have a great time, guys.
Well, that pool, when it first opened, wasn't that family friendly. I'll just leave it at that. Played a few games in center field here where I missed a few pitches.
Segueing into the top of the 7th, here's Wilmer Difo. And he's going to fight one off and go down the left field line. To his right, Herman. And Wilmer Difo is 1 for 3 tonight. Continues his solid hitting lately.
Beautiful swing right here. Just inside out, pitch up, gets on top of it. Talked about choking up and controlling the barrel. If you know you're not controlling the barrel right there in the high fastball, you fly out to left. You got on top. Good swing.
Wilmer Difo came into this game 386 over his last 12 starts. Now Tanner Roark has a great chance to give the Nats a shot to answer that Arizona run if he can get Difo to second with good speed. Doesn't have to be a great bunt. Lays off, it's upstairs. Roark 5 sacrifices this year, 25 in his career. Difo is 3 out of 4 stealing. Now the Nats have 9 hits. Going into last inning, they only had 4. Roark bending his knees and bunting it foul. 1-2.
Well, when you have speed at first, you don't have to be fine. Just get it down. Although it is more firm surface than you're used to bunting on, but Wilmer will take care of the rest if you just get it down.
Tanner, by the way, at 93 pitches now, 58 strikes, 2 strikeouts in that inning. Gave up a run and still only threw 12 pitches in the 6th. 2-2. Into the 10 o'clock hour back home. Yeah, we're with you a little earlier tonight. 5:10 local start out here in Phoenix. 4 o'clock tomorrow, the finale. Strasburg and Robbie Ray. It'll be a power matchup. 2-2. Roark is going to be called out on strikes. We saw it right from the first batter tonight that Lance Barrett likes the low strike.
He stayed down there all night. Good pitch.
Center fielder Brian Goodwin.
There's Brian Goodwin, who's never faced J.J. Hoover before. With the right-hander out there, you'd love to see Bryce Harper get up in this inning, although their bullpen might have other ideas before that happens. Goodwin 1 for 3 with a double. He's hit the ball hard his last 2 times. That's Jorge De La Rosa, came on for 1 batter last night. And we got Stephen Drew on a fly ball to end the top of the 8th.
Peanuts are in town. They head to Woodbridge where they take on the Lynchburg Hillcats. It's Kids Day. First 500 kids through the gates get one of a kind soft lunchbox. All right. You can eat kids free courtesy of Little Caesars, and you can run the bases after the game. Go to the website for more information.
Way outside, 1-2. Big gap left center. See if Defoe has anything in mind here with 1 out. And that's going to be hooked into right field for a base hit. What Defoe has in mind is getting the third base standing up. Heisey is next, then Harper, as the Nationals make some noise for the 2nd straight inning.
Tell you what, Wilmer Defoe can really run. I mean, beautiful swing by Brian Goodwin. So nice night for the Nat center fielder, 2 for 4. And watch Wilmer just take off an easy 1st to 3rd on a hard hit baseball.
So this will be Hoover's last batter. Heisey, left-hander in the bullpen, left-handed hitting Bryce Harper having a huge night on deck. We'll see if Chris Heisey can get the Nationals that run right back and get the lead back to at least 3. He tripled down the left field line last time up to start that 6th inning rally with 1 out. Heisey and a former teammate here. Strike call.
They're just looking for something to get in the air here, you know. Hoover probably going to pitch down the zone. He wants a ground ball. Chris is looking for something up, stay the big part of the ballpark. Sack fly, come back to the dugout, a hero.
Chris, 5 RBIs on the year. Good take, and the count's in his favor.
See by the uppercut swing, that's what he's trying to do. Hoover went with the off speed. And now if you're Chris Eisner, you got to fight. The lights are back.
Way upstairs, 3-2. So J.J. Hoover probably one pitch left here unless it's fouled off.
I don't think you start the runner here with Bryce Harper on deck. We'll see.
He went, and it's fouled off to the right. Top 4 guys in the lineup tonight, 7 base hits. Goodwin, Harper, and Zimmerman, 2 each. Bryce working on a big night. And with Goodwin on the move again, another one this to the screen. Chris Heisey getting lots of looks here at J.J. Hoover.
There's the lights, they're back.
High drive to left, hooking well foul. Home run distance by Chris Heisey.
Eighth pitch, ninth pitch coming.
Yeah. All but one away. Ball 4, bases loaded for Bryce Harper. And he'll be facing the lefty. Jorge De La Rosa got a key out for them last night, and he's going to have to face Bryce Harper, who is 4 for 11 against him.
Yeah, I don't care what you're doing. We're going to go to break right now, but Bryce Harper is about to hit with the bases loaded, absolutely locked in. You don't want to miss this.
Brought to you by visitannapolis.org. Create your moment at visitannapolis.org. And by the Virginia Lottery. Look for the game of the summer, the Corvette and Cash Scratcher from the Virginia Lottery. Twilight time falling on the Valley of the Sun here. Bryce Harper, homer, double.
Boom. Oh, that's one of the longest home runs I've ever seen in person. Got it at 465. Jake Lamb hit one up there this year. They said it was 481, so stay tuned on that. We didn't get it on StatCast, and this was last time up with first base open. The ground rule double, a bullet to left, so Bryce Harper on the day. A home run and a double, 2 for 3. He has a chance to really break this one open against Jorge De La Rosa.
40th appearance. Harper 4 for 11, 2 doubles, 2 RBIs against him. Bases loaded. And Harper all over that one, up in the zone, out of play, left side. So Bryce piling up the extra base hits. 2 tonight give him 50. Tied with Daniel Murphy for the 3rd most in the National League.
I mean, his at-bats are must-see TV right now.
3 career grand slams. Look at the RBI total. Wow.
I mean, 95, a guy that used to throw the low 90s as a starter just comes in and airs it out. He's been 95, 96 at times, and Bryce with the no stride again. Can't catch up.
Defoe singled. 1 out later, so did Goodwin. Heisey after him, base on balls. 1 out, 0-2 to Harper. And he goes off speed in the dirt to strike him out. That's a huge out for Arizona. And now it's up to Zimmerman with 2 down.
Did I see Bryce talking to himself right there while De La Rosa was winding up? Maybe not.
6th career strikeout by De La Rosa of Harper. Ryan Zimmerman is 5 for 19 against him with a home run, 5 batted in. And he has 2 consecutive hits. On the edge. Ryan Zimmerman now. Last weekend it was the homers. This weekend it's the doubles. All-time franchise leader. Last inning when he hit one over the head of A.J. Pollock.
There's the last time up. That's a beautiful swing. There's some StatCast on 105.7 miles an hour, 398 on the double. StatCast is brought to you from Fios by Verizon. Fios is not cable or wired differently. Go to getfios.com today.
Big pitch here. 0-2. And he almost sailed it to the screen. Can't make contact, but Jorge De La Rosa keeps the Nats from applying a 7th inning knockout punch. The best hitters in baseball. Bottom 7, Tanner Roark, 93 pitches. 5, 6, 7, Descalso, Owings, and Marte. Nats still by 2. First pitch, curveball comes back to get the outside edge.
Well, this is the inning, right? I mean, this is your save if you're Tanner Roark, and then you hand it off to Ryan Madsen and Sean Doolittle if everything stays the same. But this is the big inning.
Bouncing ball right side. Murphy has it. 1 out.
And you get that 7th inning, you get those 21 outs, and now you hand it to the new toys for Dusty Baker down there in the bullpen.
That's 17 of the last 19 retired by Tanner Roark. Chris Owings next. Strikeout, fly ball to left. Tanner Roark this year has now gone 6 innings or more 12 times. He's gone at least 7 4 times. Most recently at Oakland, June 4th, 7 2/3. It was that crazy game when the Nats had the big lead, held on to win 11-10. He had nothing to do with the last part of that game. 1-1. He's had the great hook all night. Mercedes-Benz.
Yeah, watch the break on this 77, a wiffle ball curveball from Tanner, and you see Chris Owings right there looking for something in. Couldn't get to it away. Throw another one of those, please. That was dirty. He did.
Two with 1 out. Had him reaching. Here comes Defoe, the one-handed scoop on the run, and he had to be quick as Owings was flying down the line. That guy's stolen 12 bases this year. Well played, Wilmer Defoe. 2 down.
Yeah, quick infield, got to charge it. Owens reaching for it, kind of a jailbreak swing. He was running and hitting at the same time. Close play, nicely done. 2 outs.
Here's Ketel Marte. Line drive to Murphy last time. A lot of first pitch strikes. He's going to get the call on the fastball, 0-2. Got ahead 0-2, dumped one in the dirt, and Tanner Roark has struck out 11 D-backs. He retires 19 of the last 21. He faces a masterful evening in the desert. Got some knucks from his skipper, pat on the back from his pitching coach, and then Weeder, Scherzer, Jackson, Lobe, Rick Shue, all the guys appreciating what he did. He retired 19 of his last 21 batters, and now it's on to the 8th, and he needs 6 outs from his buddies and maybe some add-on from his buddies with the bats.
Gave up 3 hits all night, struck out 11. That's the best start from Tanner Roark all year in a hitter's ballpark against a team that can hit.
103 pitches, 66 strikes.
Nicely done.
That's right under that threshold we talk about a lot. 105 pitches in 7 innings. 15 pitches per. There's Murphy. De La Rosa still in there for at least one more hitter. Rendon and Weeders to follow, and they've got the bullpen working. Daniel Murphy, career 4 for 10, 2 walks and RBI against Jorge De La Rosa, who rescued them in the 7th. Two and 0. Ryan Madsen for the bottom of the 8th. They've got 8, 9, and 1 due up. Murphy spits on that one, 3 and 0. And Murphy hacking on 3 and 0. Way upstairs, just under that roof that's 242 feet high at its very top. And there's Jake Barrett, right-hander. They'll have him ready for Rendon and Weeders here in a moment.
I always thought this place looked like a giant blimp hangar.
Yeah, from the outside, looks like they could get some 747s in here. Or dirigibles.
Well, that'd be a tough landing.
You could drop an Osprey in here.
You could.
3-2 now. And Murphy gets himself with that foul ball.
That hurt. Did you see him? I just said that hurt. He always animated. Always vocal. Daniel Murphy right off his shin. Whoa. And then he said that hurt.
Daniel Murphy leading off in the top of the 8th. And making it difficult for De La Rosa to close him out. 0 for 3 today after a fantastic ball game here last night. 2 doubles around a single, an RBI, his 72nd, and a run scored. Murphy's in the top 9 in runs coming into today with 63. (3-2) and he just calmly drops one into right field. That was a heck of an at bat. From 3-0 to 3-2, foul balls, and now a single.
Did you get the feeling that Daniel Murphy wanted a hit to show for the day there? He wasn't taking a walk. I mean, he swung 3-0, trying to do damage. Then 3-2, he was in swing mode the whole time, and then he finally dumps one into right field and has his knock that he was looking for. 0 for 3 into a 1 for 4, and here comes Torey Lovullo to make a change.
We'll be going with the right-hander Jake Barrett against Anthony Rendon. Nats on top by 2. limited baseball break brought to you by T-Mobile. So let's look back on what's happened first 3 weeks of July. Dustin Pedroia, the Red Sox, 23 RBIs this month. They're 22 over. Michael Wacha getting back to his early career form for St. Louis, 0-8-7 and a complete game. And the Pirates, second best in baseball this month, 12-5. They've won 6 in a row coming in. Started the day 2 back of Milwaukee. And those battling Buccos are down 5-2 in the 8th inning, though. Anthony Rendon from Rick Shue getting the scouting report on Jake Barrett.
That's cool. They got the data in his left hand saying, hey, he throws pretty hard, fastball 97. Then you're looking at the video on the pad in your right hand. So you talk about you taking it to a different level right now. That's cool.
Murphy the lead. Rendon first career at bat against Jake Barrett. RBI single down the third baseline last time up, a huge run. Inside the Numbers presented by PNC. Among third basemen, look at Rendon, no lower than 4th in any category. Wins above replacement is first, right under 5.0. And 2-0 here. That's a high fly ball to right. It's moving Peralta back right to the edge of the track. Back to first goes Murphy on the first out.
Good swing, just missed it.
Yeah, this is a live ballpark. Ground balls, fly balls, you name it. Wieters is 1 for 3 with a double. His first AB against 26-year-old Jake Barrett. And this one to left. And a diving catch by Chris Herman. Back to first again goes Murphy. 2 down. Guy who can catch and play the outfield.
I'll tell you, well, look at the play again. It's a nice play by Herman, and Matt Wieters trying to get himself another base hit. But just to hear this crowd into every single pitch and every single play, it's something we haven't seen. I mean, you come here, it's a mausoleum. I mean, it's been crickets every single time for 7 years, and to see the crowd the last 2 nights support a team that's 16 games over 500. I mean, it's just a different atmosphere. It's a different ballpark, and it's good for baseball. It really is.
It's fantastic. They are tied with the 2002 Diamondbacks for the best start ever at 56-40. They're 34-15 at home. Came into this weekend averaging about 24,000 at home. 37,858 last night. 39,176 today. Well done, baseball fans in the Valley of the Sun. 0-1 to Defoe.
I mean, Dave Roberts is going to get a lot of votes for Manager of the Year. So is Dusty Baker. Buddy Black in Colorado doing a great job. But who saw this coming with Torey Lovullo? I mean, a bench coach for the Red Sox. He got hired in the offseason. You knew there were some athletic guys on this ball club. But to be 16 games over right now, if I had to vote, I mean, the Dodgers have a huge payroll.
Yep.
You know, the Rockies, I thought, were a good lineup, one of the best in the National League last year. I actually picked them to win the West before the season. But who saw the Arizona Diamondbacks 16 games over right now? So Dusty Baker has a great club. He's doing a great job. But my vote would go to the guy you're looking at right now for National League Manager of the Year.
Well said. When Tony La Russa says to me yesterday, this guy's one of the best young managers in baseball, that tells you something.
Said he's a budding superstar.
2-1 with 2 outs. And Defoe taps it foul, counts even. For Tanner Roark, who's officially still in the game, Adam Lind waiting.
And Craig Counsell too in Milwaukee. Don't forget about that. And nobody saw the Brewers in first place right now.
They just tied up the Phillies 8-8 in the 8th inning. Defoe lays off. That's big because in this game every 90 feet important now, and Murphy will get a head start on the full count. 4-2 Nationals. Defoe, tricky little in between hop, and Descalso picked it. The Nats have stranded 7 runners tonight, and now it's Madsen for the bottom of the 8th. Tomorrow, Steven Strasburg 10-3. He's a road warrior, 7-1, 2.45. And then there's the left-hander, and he's a strikeout guy too. Robbie Ray's 9-4, 0-3, 6.48 career against the Nats. 3:30 Nats Extra tomorrow, Johnny and Ray. So it's 103 out there, 80 in here. Here's the outside of the ballpark. You can see that thing from miles and miles around here in the valley.
Well, here we go. Here's the new bullpen. The setup guy, Ryan Madsen, 43rd appearance. Look at the numbers. Batting average against 186. Fastball, cutter at times, curveball change combination. Fastball averaging 95 on the year. Good against the first hitter he faces. We saw 99 from Ryan last night.
First pitch hook, a beauty. It's Chris Herman. For 2. Huge to keep this leadoff man from reaching, because there's big time pop and danger on deck in Paul Goldschmidt. And high with the breaking ball on 0-2. Just looks like a late inning guy, doesn't he?
At 6'6", throws 99. Yeah.
Swing and a miss. A lot of secondary stuff there to strike out the left-hander Herman. Now Goldschmidt goes back to the dugout because he doesn't represent the tying run.
Yeah, first pitch strike with the curveball, and then throws one that you have to respect because he already established the zone with it. So that's the extra curveball from Ryan, and missing bats late in the game is cool.
So Brandon Drury will replace Goldschmidt as the pinch hitter. There's his overall set of numbers. He's 1 for 4 as a pinch hitter. Brandon Drury in the ball game last night, 1 for 4, a walk and an RBI single.
I'm thinking about late inning guys since I've been here in 2011. You and I have watched this team for 7 years together now that have missed bats.
Drew Storen with the killer slider.
Drew Storen is the only thing that comes to mind. Maybe Tyler Clipper with the high fastball changeup combination. But when you talk about closers or 8th and 9th inning guys, Clip with the changeup and the high fastball. Drew when he was locked in with the killer slider, as you called it. But Soriano didn't miss bats. Papelbon didn't miss bats. Whoever this year hasn't missed bats, and it's just so crucial late in the game in close games when you're playing teams in October or September to get to October, to have a guy that has swing and miss stuff.
Right.
And I don't think we've really seen it consistently, maybe ever.
Yeah, early days. The Chief, Chad Cordero, a combination of contact and strikeouts here and there. Oh, Drury jacks one to the wall and left. Ball's going to get hung up in that triangle out there, but Heisey gets it back in. So the Diamondbacks, a good hitting ball club, making some noise here. Top of the order now. Peralta and Pollock, the next two.
Yeah, Brandon Drury with the game winner last night. Feeling real confident about his swing, and I'll wear that one. That's a broadcaster jinx all the way.
Right fielder, David Peralta.
Last night in the 8th inning, Madsen got Peralta on a ground ball to Murphy. He didn't face Pollock, who's on deck. In fact, he had struck out Drury looking to start that inning last night. But it's a new day, and the Diamondbacks have the tying run in the batter's box. Peralta tonight 0 for 3.
I mean, this could conceivably, potentially be your NLCS. And these two games have been great. I mean, the way it stands right now, right, Carp? They would play the Rockies.
Diamondbacks or the Rockies would have to upset the Dodgers. And then the Nats would have to take care of business against the Central champion.
Right.
1-0. To the outside edge with a changeup. Maybe the curveball that didn't do a whole lot, but it did catch that outside edge. Then down with 96.
A lot of late jump here and a lot of late movement. Look at that thing just tailing back and going down at the same time in the mid-90s.
Two-strike count. Back to the mound. It gets by Madsen, but Defoe's there. He was playing up the middle. 2 down. Drury to third. A.J. Pollock is next.
This got gnarly for a second, right? You thought Madsen had it, then you're like, uh-oh, base it up the middle. Wilmer's there, he sat on it a little bit, and you're wondering with the hard infield, would it take a tricky hop? It didn't. Soft hands got rid of it quick. For the second out here.
That ball missed 2 things you would hope it would not do. Deflected off of Madsen's glove and the second base bag.
You're right.
So it's Pollock. 2 for 3 today. Single, triple, 2 runs scored. And he faces Madsen for the first time. He was on deck when the 8th inning ended last night.
Ali Perez in a mad scramble to get loose. I think that's him down there for Jake Lamb. Matt Albers side by side.
Check swing. And he went 1 ball, 1 strike. Dusty would love to see it end here and have Doolittle, the lefty, for Lamb, Iannetta, and Descalso in the 9th.
No. There'll be some guy named Goldschmidt hitting the 9th somewhere.
Look at that hook. Well, they're going to let Lamb hit. He probably hit for Iannetta. So it's going to be probably lefty, righty, lefty. But you are right. That guy's not going to sit there today and not break any kind of sweat.
Calling hits for Descalso. I'm not a manager. I'm just going to say that would probably happen.
Yeah. This one to short. Defoe again. Scoops and fires. And Madsen has another scoreless inning as a Nats late inning setup guy. 4-2 into the 9th.
New guy in a ball club of getting the job done or being over-tryer guy. And right now, Ryan Madsen's just getting the job done. You can see a lot of high fives in the dugout. We looked at it during the break of guys with like relief on their face. Like, yeah, way to go. This is how it's supposed to be. So Ryan Madsen with another uneventful inning. Nicely done. Sean Doolittle on for the 9th. But meantime, the Nats going to try to add on to their lead.
Andrew Chafin, the lefty, came into the 6th inning last night. Gave up a hit, pitched a 3rd of an inning. Defoe got him, and then he retired Chris Heisey. The Nats had gotten the game back to 5-4 at that point. And he's been pretty good against them. In fact, real good against first batters this year.
Yeah, 2 pitches, fastball 58% of the time at 94, slider 82 miles an hour 41% of the time.
So Ryan Rayburn still with the ball club for the ball game tonight. With a heavy heart, we told you earlier that Ryan lost his grandfather this weekend. And he's still in the dugout, still with us. And the right-hander, the pinch hitter for Madsen, leading off top 9. Ryan Rayburn is 0 for 6 as a pinch hitter. Very, very solid as a spot starter this year. Hops back from the fastball that gets the edge. Two and two. Two hopper right side. Descalso, 1 out, top 9. Want to win a meet and greet with Max Scherzer? Head to our Twitter account at Massa Nationals. Find out how. You could win a meet and greet with Max at Massa Nationals on Twitter.
I like to hear that conversation.
Goodwin, good night. 2 for 4. First career at bat against Andrew Chafin.
Nice night.
One. And over the shortstop. A 3 for 5 game for Brian Goodwin. So barring a double play, Harper bats again.
Yeah, 2 for 4, 3 for 5 off the end. Bat dies a hero. Just over Marte's head, and now you're thinking Brian Goodwin, if he can get any kind of read on Chafin, is going to boogie here quick. Up by 2, trying to make it up by 3. We'll see.
And Brian, in terms of stealing, hasn't run a lot. He's 2 for 2. There's Heisey. 1 for 3, triple, a run. Last time a walk to load the bases. That ball hit his foot. And the 0-1 out of play right side. Braves have come back to tie the Dodgers 2-2, 6th inning. Over in LA, trying to make it 3 in a row against them. And there's Sean Doolittle, first Nats save Tuesday night in Anaheim. 4 saves this year, 37 in his big league career. It'll be 3, 4, 5 for Arizona. Looked like Chris checked. He's going to be called out on strikes. Lots of Ks and lots of KOs down in the zone tonight.
Yeah, just locked him up in. Pretty good pitch.
Right fielder, Bryce Harper.
.339, 25, and 75. How does that sound with over 2 months to go in the season?
Bryce 0 for 1 career with a walk against Chafin. Fastball to the outer half. Same spot. Iannetta was set out outside and had to reach across a little bit for that one, but it was a strike. Big crowd, over 39,000 here. Runner goes way outside, and Goodwin rips the bag, his 3rd of the year.
Yeah, finally got a read. Went first move. Little peek in. Runner in scoring position. Bryce with a chance to make it a 3-run lead. Stole that one easy.
And Harper will pop it up to center for A.J. Pollock. The Nats have stranded 8. Sean Doolittle has 1 save as a National, and he's got lots of work to do in this ballpark against this 3-4-5. Game summary: Ryan Zimmerman instrumental in a big 6th inning rally. 361 doubles, a new franchise record. Bryce Harper's hitting streak now 15 games. He's 27 for 59 over that time with 17 RBIs. And then Tanner Roark, 19 of the last 21 set down, 7 outstanding innings. 2 runs on 3 hits, 1 walk, 11 Ks. Sean Doolittle now for the final 3 outs. It's Lamb, then the right-hander Iannetta, and as FP said, we would expect Goldschmidt for Descalso. Jake Lamb, and there's Ryan Rayburn, who stays in the game after pinch hitting to play left field. Ball 1 away. Lamb has never faced Doolittle.
So 89% fastballs from Sean, averaging 94.4 miles an hour. Slider change to complement it. Slider 81, change 84. Opponent's hitting 155 against his fastball.
Swing and a miss on 94. Gave up a walk and a double in the 9th inning at Anaheim. Bent but did not break. And it's out of play. Strike 2. Johnny and Ray in the studio tonight with our Nats Extra postgame show presented by Who But WB Mason. Fastball up, 2-2.
He pitches up in the zone with that heater. Remember his first out in Anaheim, he was amped up, as you would imagine. First save opportunity, new ball club, world kind of changing. He said that won't happen again. He won't make him that exciting and that adventurous.
2-2. Overthrew the 96, and the count is full. You just don't want Paul Goldschmidt to come up in this game, this inning, representing the tying run. And now, barring a double play, he will. His inning Tuesday night started out with a walk to C.J. Cron. Now tonight it's Lamb, and here comes Iannetta, who's 0 for 7 career with a walk and 5 Ks against Sean Doolittle. There he is.
A lot of managers would think about give Paul Goldschmidt cuts right here and let him hit right now.
Bouncing ball left side to second, and Rendon throws it into right field. The barrel of the bat flew into the seats, and a possible double play turns into first and third. Nobody out.
Well, you don't see Anthony Rendon make errors. I wonder if the bat flying by him distracted him. I mean, that throw's not even near. Daniel Murphy had none chance of catching this, and the sure-handed Anthony Rendon on the run throws that thing into right field. And some more ninth inning drama for your Washington Nationals. This place is going nuts right now.
Paul Goldschmidt 0 for 1 career against Doolittle. Gregor Blanco is the pinch runner.
Never heard this place this loud ever.
Maybe the loudest it's been since the World Series.
It's a good call. You know, I don't say good old-fashioned country hardball very much anymore, but this is exactly what you're going to see right now. Paul Goldschmidt, one of the best hitters in the National League, a good fastball hitter against Sean Doolittle, a guy that throws primarily fastball. So here we go. Buckle up, strap it on, put your helmet on. Drama in the desert.
0-1, swing and a miss.
It's like the old days, man. Just tell him it's coming.
That ball is absolutely hammered, way foul. Third deck. It's a sound that'll send a chill through you in a visiting ballpark.
You could not hit a foul ball any farther than Paul Goldschmidt just did. I mean, we knew it was foul, but this thing's third deck halfway up. 408 StatCast has this foul ball at.
This one to right. Harper is there. Our run will score. The important thing is the throw to second. And now it's 4-3. Double play is in order after a crucial first out.
I hope it's translating on TV. This place is rocking. And when Paul Goldschmidt hit that, we all took a deep breath for a second. Big first out for Sean Doolittle here in the ninth. Bryce Harper keeps the double play in order. Everybody take a deep breath with me. Here we go. Remember the whole breathing thing with Tanner? Let's all do it together.
Chris Owings, first career at bat against Doolittle. Lefty-righty matchup. Remember Owings' last at bat, Defoe threw him out. This guy can fly down the line. So it'll have to be a one-hopper at somebody to end the game.
Sean Doolittle, not a ground ball pitcher. He throws that fastball at the top of the zone and has a high spin rate. Even though it's 96, 97, it's got some jump to it. That makes it play a tick above what you're seeing on the screen. He'll take a ground ball, don't get me wrong.
Blanco, a good base runner, 7 steals and 8 attempts this year. It's a little late to boo the low strike.
I mean, it's been there all day.
It has.
It's been disputed all day, and Matt Wieters took it down even further the way he caught it. And Sean Doolittle will take the strike.
The batter having a career year. Career highs in homers and RBIs, 12 and 50 for Owings. And an 0-1 pitch is outside.
This has a playoff feel to it. It had a playoff feel last night to it, too.
One pitch. In the air to right. Harper is there. Runner back to first, 2 down. And it's up to Ketel Marte for Arizona.
I mean, you just don't know in this ballpark when the ball is hitting the air. You're just not 100% sure. You think you know, but then you think real quick where you're playing and how the ball carries here, and you hold your breath for a second. Big second out for Sean Doolittle. Everybody looking on in the first base dugout, wanting one more.
Marte has actually faced Doolittle 3 times in his days as a Mariner. 0 for 2 with a walk. Rendon even with a bag at third. Big cut, straight back it goes.
Tell you what, he's got a good swing left-handed, but he's got a better swing right-handed. Great ball game.
2 exciting games between these two. Strike 2.
Top step kind of moment.
Swing and a miss. And the back end of the bullpen. The new guys do it again.
I mean, that's a big time win here today. And Ryan Madson does it in the 8th. Sean Doolittle with a little adventure. I'm okay with that as long as you get the job done, and some swing and miss fastball for strike 3. Look at the reaction for the Nats' new closer. The dugout, everybody ready to shake hands, and a big win here in the desert. Hold on for Tanner Roark, who was the star of this game. We saw the old Tanner Roark today, and he was awesome.
Tanner Roark goes to 8-6 on the year. The Nats win their 58th game. They're back to 20 over the 500 mark, and they take the season series lead 3-2. Harper, a mighty blast early. Roark good throughout. Doolittle, an anxious moment or two, and after the dominance of Madson, the back end of the bullpen, the new guys do it again. Tomorrow, it's Steven Strasburg against Robbie Ray. It'll be a rubber game that we had hoped for, and we'll get you going at 3:30 tomorrow. It's now a 6-2 road trip. This has been a presentation to Madson. Johnny and Ray with some fun times straight ahead from Phoenix. See you later.